So it says who that you keeping yourself busy and running away from the uncomfortable is strength. It's being strong. You're not being strong. You're being a, I was gonna say, pussy. So this is not to throw shade at anyone. So recently, I went through a breakup, heartbroken. So going through a tough time. So it's obviously it would have affected my productivity, and I had to tell kind of like my business partner that I'm going through something. I didn't tell him the details. I just said I'm going through something, and which is why I'm not as productive. And anyway, so his message basically, so then just over messages by the way. So he was like, I kind of tell that you were going through something was wrong. He goes, as your friend, I have sympathy for you, but as your business partner, I've got to be more cutthroat. The way I normally deal with stuff, if I'm going through something, I will keep myself busy so I can stop thinking about it, which I will talk about in a sec, right? About distraction. And then the other part, he goes that for this podcast that we're doing, for it to take off, like if one person's not pulling the weight, it will affect the other person, and affect the whole thing basically. Which I agree, fair enough, which is fine, isn't it? Yeah. It's not even about him. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not throwing shade at him. But what made me realize from that message is weird, but it made me realize for a second, like, I understand why a lot of women out there are suppressing their femininity, because being feminine is deemed as a weakness. And now I understand why, because so when you're being feminine, you're being vulnerable when you're in your emotion, in your feels. That's part of the feminine energy. And when you are in your feels, being emotional, it obviously, that means you have to stop a lot of stuff. It holds you back from doing other things, right? Although it didn't make me feel weak, but I kind of understood why people would think, why women would think that being feminine is weakness. Anyway, right. So going back to the distraction bit, where he said, "Oh, keep yourself busy so you don't think about it." Logically, a lot of people will do that, right? But however, if you think about it, you're not actually dealing with the pain. You're not dealing with the emotions. So okay, so when you're not busy anymore, then obviously it's going to come back up. If those feelings are going to come back, so then what are you going to do, right? Anyway, so you keeping yourself distracted is not you being strong. That's you running away. In fact, that's you running away. You're trying to run away from your feelings. You don't want to sit with the emotions, because we all know, if you've been through a heartbreak, right, if your heart's been broken before, you know how much it sucks. There'll be times where and it comes in waves. It's not linear. There'll be times where you're happy. There'll be times you're upset. That's just like yesterday. I was just crying my eyes out, And now today I'm fine. The reason why we run away or trying to keep ourselves distracted, because it's uncomfortable, right? But the thing is, when you're able to sit with it and be uncomfortable, that is strength. That takes a lot of strength. So it says who that you keeping yourself busy and running away from the uncomfortable is strength. It's being strong. You're not being strong. You're being a, I was gonna say, pussy. You actually become stronger when you sit with your emotions, be okay, get used to the uncomfortable, and then you will heal properly. Let's say, for example, a physical wound. If you don't treat it properly, you just put a plaster on it, it will, you think, oh, this will fine, just cover it. But then after, it's probably get infected. So that means you didn't treat it. Do you know what I mean? It comes back to you. So same with like a broken heart. Real healing is when you treat the wound, actually sit with it. And also I want to say that I am strong. A lot of people say, oh, Cilia, you're a strong person. I am a strong person. And it's because I'm okay with being vulnerable. Vulnerability is my strength. That's it.